Hi, welcome to our podcast. I'm Catherine.
And I'm Lynn, and we are a coffee break
with Cat and Mom.
So today's our first podcast. We're excited and we're a little nervous, but we're going to go with it, and hopefully you're going to like it.
Yeah, so today's just going to be like meeting us.
What's our story? What is our mission with this podcast, and hopefully you're gonna like it. So the Coffee Break podcast is clearly us doing a coffee break and trying different little coffee places
From small businesses.
to try to promote them and test their products basically. So today we went to
the Groves Coffee House, and I'm just going to read a little bit of their mission statement. They said that we have mastered the art of coffee making with a lot of love and care for our customers. We invite you to a tasteful journey with coffee from all around the world, transporting you to the place where your coffee came from. Every dish is made with quality ingredients to your exact preferences. We welcome you with a smile as we see you coming in day after day, bringing your loved ones to share the experience. And I thought that was perfect for our first podcast. It's a small business, and so
we'll test it. So I have a cappuccino.
And then I got the honey lavender latte.
Okay, this is really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. I can't complain. Coffee's fresh, and I mean, I have a lot of foam, so that's...
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I did spill a little bit on the way here, but that's okay. My coffee, it's very rare that I can taste lavender in a coffee. I feel like they just say lavender latte, and then you just taste, you got to try it. And then you just taste like a cappuccino or like just a straight latte.
Oh my gosh.
And you actually taste the honey and the lavender in it. So.
And it smells lavender too. Awesome.
And then like the vibe of the place, you walk in and it's like green walls, very florals everywhere you go, and they have every pastry you can think of.
So we were hungry a little bit, so we decided to try things. So mine is a chocolate chip banana
I'm already
bread.
going for it.
Okay,
and then
I'm
mine's a
going
chocolate chip muffin.
Okay, let me see. Oh my gosh.
It took everything in me not to eat this.
On your way here?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is really good. I would say I would make it warmer.
Mm-hmm.
Like warm.
I would do that warm too.
You want a little bit of butter?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try this one. I mean, it's great for breakfast, but I would say like for a snack, awesome.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I think the banana is my favorite.
There's a lot of chocolate chip in that one, so.
I'm going for another bite. And this is located in West Palm. So please go check it out. Go get a coffee, honey lavender, or sure.
Cappuccino.
And they also have an
simple but amazing.
They also have an iced coconut matcha, which I was debating on having. So next time I'll definitely be getting that.
I have to try that.
Yeah. But we're just going to dive right into it. Just meeting us and who is going to be behind the camera every day and every podcast. We're going to be doing this once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And we just want to create a safe, positive environment for anybody to listen to. And that can be whether you're cooking dinner, you can like be walking on the treadmill. I know I get bored when I'm walking on the treadmill or just going on walks.
You drive to work, you drive back home from work. We want to talk about everyday subjects, things that are close to our heart, close to, things that happen in our lives. If you guys have any ideas that you want us to talk about,
Yes, we do have it. We have our social media. We are called a Coffee Break, obviously, with Cat and Mom on Instagram, TikTok. We'll create a Facebook. So, yeah.
Yeah, so please shoot your ideas. We would love to hear from you, and we will absolutely incorporate this in our podcast.
Yeah. And then this whole idea came about months ago. Like, this has been a work in progress. It's not just something that we decided last night, like, oh, we're going to start this.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So back in January, I decided I'm going to do a 30 hard, not the 75 hard, because I can't do a 75 hard. I would literally lose it. I was losing it during the 30 hard. And that consists of 2 workouts a day, each 45 minutes. One is outside, one is inside. And then you make your own diet. And then also you have to read 10 pages a day. drink a gallon of water. And what else am I missing?
No added sugars.
Yeah, no added sugar.
No alcohol.
Yeah, no alcohol.
And yeah, so the 10 pages a day is books that are inspirational
Educational,
and things like that. Yeah.
But when I would do my 45 minutes outside, I would wake up early in the morning and go on these long walks on this trail behind my apartment. And
That's cool.
Yeah, at school. And I could not just stand there in my thoughts. And my music was getting old. I was like, I need to like FaceTime my mom. So I called her up, and every time she was at work.
So I'm a chiropractor. So we were still living in Iowa at that time. We are now, I moved a family here in Florida. And yeah, she would be calling me and I would be in between patients and be like, Catherine, I have a patient. Yeah, but mom, so this is my idea. Like maybe like, I've been listening to podcasts while I'm taking a walk and blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, we should start this. We're fun. We think we're hilarious. Sometimes we are. And then, so we just thought like, okay, let's think about this idea. Well, I thought it was a little kind of crazy at first, but she kept calling me while I was working every day for 30 days. And I was like, okay, maybe we need to start something. So she kept calling me every day for 30 days. And at the end of the 30 days, I was like, okay, fine. Let's look into this. I really don't know much. I mean, I had not really started to listen to podcasts. Yes, I'm behind everybody about this, but so I started, not the same ones as her, but still to get the idea of what a podcast was. And after 30 days, then I decided that, okay, maybe I should look into this idea of doing a podcast, although I had no idea how to do any of this. But
yeah, so I would just be on my walks, and I would talk to either her or my friend Ice for the full 45 minutes. And sometimes it would go over the 45 minutes. I'd be talking so much. And it would just be about random things like my day. And then on top of that, I would also listen to my own podcasts. And it's just so nice to like listen to other people's perspectives. And sometimes you get really good advice from it. So I might not be a professional in giving advice. It might be terrible advice, but it might help other girls and guys get an insight of what other people are going through and help them out. So
I have to add as well that, Catherine's a little bit prone sometimes to trip on air. And let's just say that was also entertaining between patients, is just to be talking with her or being on FaceTime with her. And then all of a sudden there's a trip hitting the grass.
Well, because I thought I saw, sorry, this is going to sound really dumb, but is it crocodiles or gators that are in the, like,
we have
water?
Gators here.
Yes, gators. Sorry. Anyway.
We have gators.
Gators. I swear I saw a gator, because it's like this like not creek, but it's like a stream of water right where the trail is at. And I swear I saw a gator. Okay? Not a crocodile. A gator. And I went to look, and I was on my tippy toes, and I completely just ate it down like where the trees are at, and just like rolled down. And this guy was walking the other way, and he watched me
tumble down. Make a fool of yourself.
Yeah, it was very embarrassing. But
I was live, and that was very entertaining.
Yeah. So
everybody in my office knew what was going on, and it was quite funny.
But besides that, it just like sparked an idea of why not start a podcast. And then on top of that, you can see we are in Florida. Well, you might not know, but we are in Florida. And we did live in Iowa, what was it, like 2 months ago?
We moved here in July, yes.
So moving and starting this podcast are both very new, but we thought, let's start something new and take advantage of like this new environment that we're in.
A fresh new start.
Yeah.
And just take the advantage
start
of
a new hobby and see where it goes. So
like you said, I am a chiropractor, but I'm not, a professional into.
Take another bite of this. Hold on.
Okay. I'm not a therapist or anything like that. Neither is she. However, we're like mom, daughter. I have 2 other daughters, so she has sisters, and we moved here, and I'm a single mom, and so we have like different experiences that God knows, maybe we can help somebody. And if you have, like I said, if you have questions, please send them to us. We'll do our best, and with our own experience,
questions, advice, like anything.
Maybe we can help somebody or not, or maybe we can all laugh together because this is, life's short.
Not professional advice.
No,
it's not professional.
It's unprofessional.
So if you take my advice and something goes bad,
no,
I'm not
it's our
liable.
Yeah.
But that was all the way back in January, is the 30 hard. And then I was like, like maybe that'd be fun. And
that is when we decided to move officially. That's what I made the official decision.
My mom made the decision to officially move. And so first we obviously had to focus on that before jumping to like a new business or a new idea. Mm-hmm. We needed to focus like primarily on the move. So for a couple months, it was an idea in the back of our heads. And we were just like brainstorming, writing it down on a piece of paper when we thought of something. And then we made the move in mid-July. And before that, we bought some. We
had bought some of the equipment.
We bought a camera.
And there was a fish right behind us that just came out.
Yeah. So we bought some equipment, and just to like kind of make it official, like we knew that we were going to do this. This was something we wanted to do, and that we were going to invest some money into it. And then made the move. Well, right before we moved, we went on a dinner to this very nice restaurant in our town.
Favorite restaurant in our old town in Iowa, in Davenport. Restaurant's called Duck City Bistro.
Shout out Chef Jeremy.
Yes, he is the best.
Very good.
So we were sitting down there, of course, having maybe a couple glasses of wine, and you can write on the table, right? And so we just decided this is it. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do it.
Started brainstorming names, which that was the last thing we thought of.
We had a hard time. Yeah, it was the name, ideas, what we would want to talk about. We have a whole list of things to, put on podcast for you guys. And it was kind of funny because I tore it down and I actually have it with me.
With the receipt signed by both of us.
Yeah, that this is when we made it official. I don't know the date. I would have to go see it again. I should have brought it with me. But anyway, and so this is how it started. And then with the move and stuff, like, this is it.
Yeah.
We're going to start this thing. So we did have some backslash from some people when we gave our ideas out. Some people are just like, oh, this is great. It's not going to work. Or like, this is stupid. Why are you doing this?
I actually saw a video that said something along the lines of like a millionaire wouldn't judge you for starting a business. An artist wouldn't judge you for starting to paint. A musician wouldn't judge you for starting to play an instrument. But it's the people who aren't going after like these like goals and aspirations, those people that aren't going after it and their dreams, that are going to judge you. So like that helped me break that bubble, because I was like kind of beating myself up over it. I'm like, is it weird? Like I feel like it's like people are going to judge me for it, or like I'm going to look dumb for trying to start something when I have no followers. Mm-hmm. But
well, if it doesn't work, well, thank you for watching us today. But if it does work, we're going to be like, hey, you know what? It was a small idea and we don't know where it's going to lead us. Like most people that start their podcast, you never know. But I have, like I said, I have 3 girls. Catherine is my middle one. And since I moved to Florida with my youngest one, my oldest one is doing a master's in New Jersey. She kind of moved back in, right? And so we also got some weird comments, like, it's just kind of weird that you hang out with your daughter, or, you do things with her, and she has a boyfriend for 4 years, so clearly they're busy together. I have a youngest one that's at home. She's homeschooled. So it's just not like, we're not together all the time, but we have a good relationship.
And I don't think that's a problem. And I think
it's a healthy relationship. We're not overboard with anything.
No, and we'll talk about later, but like a mother-daughter relationship, it hasn't always been like best friend. Like she was my mom. And then I became independent. I got a job, went to college. And so now she can be a friend to me. Well, she still mothers me, but because I live under her roof. So, but like, it's not the same relationship as before, because now we can start a podcast together. We can go have a drink together. We can go to dinner together. It's not just like, no, you can't go out at that time. Which you have to be back at 10 o'clock.
Which I think I became friends with my mom when I went to college as well. This is when I think my mom, which hopefully we'll have her on the podcast eventually. She's probably going to say no. But, my first language is French, and that's what she speaks. But she speaks English too. But she's probably going to.
We'll get her on the podcast.
Try to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say that she will probably say this. Yeah, it's when I moved from home in Montreal, Canada, to go to Iowa to become a chiropractor that we became actually good friends. And like, I talk to her every day. So that would be weird for some people, but we talk and sometimes we don't. I mean, we go to the gym together and, and sometimes we do our own thing. Sometimes we barely talk. I mean, she's busy. There's school, there's work, there's.
But other than the people that didn't support us, because there's always going to be people that don't support you. And even when you are successful, there's still going to be people that don't support you. So you kind of just need to get over that. But there are a lot of people who did support us through this. So
shout out to Joe and Josh.
Shout out to Joe and Josh. They helped us in the very beginning stages of this come up with like a logo, the name of our podcast, and they just worked through with us like this whole time, and inspired us and told us like we could do it. And just like having one person support you is all you need.
Just having like one person, I mean, her age is, because, obviously they could be my kids, family, friends and whatnot, but they have their own little business together, ensemble. They are on, I think, Facebook, but on Instagram and all those places.
Yes, and then you can download Ensemble on the App Store.
On the apps as well.
Yeah.
And so sitting down with them and as a mom, hearing these kids talking, although they're all adults, but for me, they're kids. Hearing these kids talking, I even went to their moms, who was actually my best friend, and said it was just unbelievable, really, to the interaction between you three. And of course, I was interacting as well, but to just look at them and say, oh my gosh, these are like very young entrepreneurs. And it's amazing, the ideas and the support. And I mean, I actually was waiting to see their reaction to like, hey guys, this is not a good idea. Like, this is cheesy.
I was a little
don't do that, whatever. And then they were just like, and then their face and just like, and we could do this and we can help you this. And then you need to be on this platform. And this, I was like, oh my gosh. And we want to help small businesses because we are like a small business.
And also trying to support small businesses, like the coffee shops.
And then actually Josh, one of those kids that we were with, he came up with fika.
So he mentioned the word fika to us, which is a Swedish term, and I actually looked it up because I don't want to mess up the exact definition. So let me.
And he was actually pretty excited about this.
Yes, and I think it's perfect because we are called a coffee break, and fika translated to English is coffee break. So fika is a coffee break, Swedish style. Swedes have periods of fika throughout the day to help them refresh their minds and make the most of the day. Commonly, fika just translates to coffee and cake, but it's a lot more for most Swedes. There's more. So, this delightful ritual woven seamlessly into the daily fabric of Swedish life. So there's a lot more to it than just being a coffee break into like the Swedish lifestyle. It says it's a freaking bug. It's a state of mind and it's a lifestyle, and it's where you take time out of your day. Like, we all have busy days. It's a time where you take time out and you sit with your family and your friends and you just talk about what's going on over coffee, over tea, and it could literally be over water, but it's still fika because you're just taking that time out to be with your friends and family.
It says it's a tradition that revolves around coffee and pastries, but it's also could be enjoyed at home, at work, in cafes, obviously. But each setting offering is a unique ambiance and socializing. Really, this is what we want to do. And so when Josh came up with fika, like, that's it. Like,
it's perfect.
It's perfect for us.
My family, my mom's side of the family, they're not Swedish, obviously. They're French Canadian. But they do dive into like their European roots, and we sit there at dinners, just at the table over coffee in the morning or tea, and we sit there for hours and we just talk. And
socialize.
Yeah, or socialize, whatever, play cards. And I found like that should play a role into our podcast because, one, that is what we're doing, but it's something that's like what I grew up with and very important. So I think that, we wanted fika to really play a role into our podcast and bring that up. And considering we are a coffee break podcast with Kat and Mom, the word fika really inspired that.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
So after talking with Joe and Josh, we came back home, kind of, started to I mean, we already had a mission statement, but we kind of decided to tweak it, get more ideas. We were in, preparation to move to Iowa,
Florida.
to Florida. Sorry. We were in the preparation to move to Florida. Very stressful, obviously time. On top of that, we had a trip already planned to London to go see my oldest one, row at the Women's Royal Henley. So all of this together, we said, let's just get ready. Let's get the computer, some, microphones, which I've never bought, but, it's kind of cool. Things like that. We already had a camera, but there's a few things we needed to buy. So we got all that ready, did our trip, moved here, and then we wanted to settle a little bit.
Before we started.
We fickled with all this a little bit, and I was I was very nervous. I'm not a person that likes to talk. So now it's great because it's a camera, and
you don't have to talk.
I don't really need to see anybody.
Yes,
so
my
far.
biggest, and they say that, what is it? People would rather like die than public speak.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
yeah.
Public speaking has always been like such a fear of mine, but I think that continuously talking to a camera will like get me used to speaking, and maybe that'll help me with public speaking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I speak with patients and things like that, but I would say that this is a little bit different, and then even this, like the setting is a little, for me, intimidating.
It's a little intimidating.
Yeah, it's intimidating.
This first podcast has definitely been intimidating, and it being like official.
And not only that, my first language is French, and if by all means I speak French an hour before we do this our podcast, it's going to be terrible. My accent comes back out, and I don't like my voice when we do videos and things like that. So
I think that it's like a normal thing, though, for people to not like their voice on camera. But we're going to have to get used to it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's so we are, with everybody here, breaking the ice on a lot of things for us that we didn't think we would actually be doing. Like, this is...
Yeah, it's actually really crazy that we're sitting here right now and making it official.
And making it happen.
And it took a lot to just even, like, post on social media and get over that fear of, like, judgment. And now to, like, sit here for whatever 35 minutes and just speak to a camera.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, the people that are judging us or saying that, I mean, we welcome good and bad comments because we would like to make ourselves better as well and make this better. But we will find who are our supporters and who we want to be around, and maybe we will figure out who are not our friends and who we don't want to be around. It is life. Like I said, we moved here. We have pretty much no friends yet here, and just starting new. So, welcome to our lives.
Yeah, it's exciting though. New journey. And I hope that you guys can learn a little something from us.
Yeah. So welcome to our podcast. Welcome to our lives.
There's a lot more to come. Today was just like get to know us. And in the future, I hope that you guys can tune in and enjoy the topics that we talk about. I want to just give you like the raw emotion of us and how we feel about what. No,
it is going to be raw. I mean, we're not going to sugarcoat stuff, and
just what
we might have laughs, tears, and all of those emotions going on.
We wanted to just cover all of the spectrum of topics so that you guys can all relate to it. And
and follow us as well on social media because like I said, sometimes we think we're really fun and funny, and like I said, she trips on air, so it's hilarious.
Unfortunately, you guys can't see me trip on air though on the camera. Actually, you know what? It probably could happen at some point, but I don't know.
I might be filming when this happens.
It's gonna happen
all the time. Once. Yeah, while we film this. But anyways, shout out again to Groves. This is
good. Very good honey lavender latte.
Simple cappuccino was really good, but I have to say your food is like
very good.
But we want to finish all of our podcasts with one question that I will be asking her. Maybe one day she'll be asking me, but I'd rather not. So it's called Would You Rather. So today, Catherine, would you rather be around negative loved ones or positive strangers?
Negative loved ones or positive strangers. So this might be controversial, which... I mean, I think that's what Would You Rather is supposed to be like. You look pretty. Anyway, sorry, you're just whatever. I think that I'm going to go with positive strangers because, and I think that some people can relate to this, just because their blood does not make them family. So if they're negative and they're putting you down and they're not being what family should be, I don't think that I'd want to be around them. I'd rather be around loving, positive people who will uplift me and I can uplift them. And I think that is really what makes somebody family, is how they treat you and how they support you and respect you.
Yep.
So,
good answer.
Thank you. That was stressful. I love my family so much.
But we love our family.
Yes, I love my family. And everybody has been so supportive. So
far, yes.
Yes.
So, okay, well, thank you, and see you next time.
Thank you.